I'm Greg Hurst.
And I'm Lisa Ferranda. Thanks for joining us.
We have late-breaking developments tonight in the disappearance of Baylor basketball player Patrick Dennehy.
There has been an arrest in Chestertown, Maryland. His former teammate and roommate was booked on a murder charge tonight. He is Carlton Dotson, who has been called a person of interest all along in the investigation.
Dotson was fingerprinted and processed in Chestertown just before 8:30 tonight, some 55 miles from his hometown. But the murder warrant was issued in Waco. Last week, Dotson voluntarily submitted to questioning for about 2 hours in Cambridge, Maryland, and the murder charge came after he voluntarily gave an interview again. This time, he called the FBI and talked to agents. Dennehy vanished June 12. As far as we know, he hasn't been found. His Chevy Tahoe did turn up June 25th in a strip mall parking lot in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Now, according to an earlier search warrant affidavit, an unidentified informant reported to Delaware authorities that Dotson told a cousin he shot Dennehy as the two argued while shooting 9mm handguns in the Waco area. On Friday, police there were trying to determine if the 9mm found at Dotson's apartment complex was connected to the case. We will continue to monitor this story and have more for you just as soon as it comes in.
Back here at home, a candlelight memorial was held for 4 young people shot to death at a home in the 3700 block of Millbridge in Clear Lake. 11 News reporter Jeff McShann brings us up to the minutes on this investigation.
Dozens came to remember. They gathered in the driveway under an oak tree, all there to pray. I thank you, Father. And to pay their respects to 4 young people that died. There were many tears. Marcus Pacella and Tiffany Rowell had been together, dating for 4 years, both Clear Lake High School graduates. Friday, they died together inside their home, along with 2 others, Rachel Coloradis and Adelbert Sanchez. Marcus's grandmother was grateful so many attended to remember.
Marcus was grateful. I would have called him that love you, Grandma. Matter of fact, last weekend, he hugged me and said, I love you, Grandma. I love you. And Yolanda. That's what he was raised like that. Yeah.
Tonight, the memories of their loved ones are strong, thanks to dozens who gathered under the tree in the driveway. And back here live at Clear Lake tonight, we can tell you we've been on the phone with HPD Homicide. They've got a number of calls. They are checking out every possible lead. In fact, some of the people that came to the street here tonight actually had some information for the police as well. There was some police activity here on this particular street for security reasons. So perhaps one of these leads will pan out very soon. Reporting live at Clear Lake, I'm Jeff McShann, 11 News.
5 Houston police officers have been suspended without pay for 10 days for being what the department calls unavailable for duty. 3 of them work out of the Northeast Patrol, 2 out of Lake Patrol. HPD says all of the officers were not where they were supposed to be at various times during various shifts.
HPD is also trying to find a man wanted for a series of robberies in the areas around Rice University, Montrose, and West University Place. The man has struck at least 20 times between January and March. He usually has a weapon drawn when he confronts his victims. Witnesses report he may be driving a dark green Toyota Camry or a black Nissan Maxima.
A widow is demanding answers tonight about why Fort Bend County EMS did not respond sooner when her husband was dying of a heart attack in the River Park subdivision just off the Grand Parkway. Zora Muselli says she called EMS immediately after her husband, 43-year-old Rod Muselli, had the attack, and that she tried to administer CPR while still talking to dispatchers.
I said, I'm doing what I can, but where in the hell the ambulance is?
It took 18 minutes for the ambulance to arrive, and by that time, Muselli was dead. A copy of a dispatcher's log obtained by 11 News shows the ambulance was delayed because it had no key map or street name. EMS officials have not returned our calls.
A homeless man who became Montgomery County's first victim of the West Nile virus this season is talking about his ordeal for the first time. From a relative's home near Huntsville tonight, he told 11 News reporter Sherman Chow just how close he came to done.
Even a simple trip down the front steps is a major effort for Bill Larabore.
I hate the mosquitoes. If you can beat that, you got no problem.
Turns out it was a tiny mosquito that nearly beat him.
I lost all control of my right arm. This is limited. My feeling is there. I just can't use it.
Bad financial times left the day laborer homeless. He set up camp here in the Conroe Woods, infected with mosquitoes. Larabore got sick in June.
I got back to the camp, went to sleep, and that's where I stayed for about 6 days. I couldn't hardly get out of bed. I I couldn't drink, get to the water, couldn't get to the food.
Finally, a friend stopped by to visit and called 911. Larimore spent more than 3 weeks at the Conroe Regional Medical Center. He was diagnosed with West Nile virus, bronchitis, and meningitis. He lost some 40 pounds and much of his energy. Larimore had stayed at the camp on and off for a year, but never told his family. And they said they were hurt when they found out, and his sister has taken him in now for the time being. With medication and therapy, the 46-year-old hopes to recover fully, but the doctors offer no guarantees.
If I don't, I gotta rethink my life again.
Near Huntsville, Sherman Chow, 11 News.
Another Montgomery County resident has also come down with West Nile, and 2 people in Harris County have gotten it. There have been no deaths, though, this year. A small patio fire at an apartment complex at Goodson and Chipman in North Houston spread quickly into a 3-alarm inferno that sent people running for cover. The flames raced through a common attic at the Regency Crossing Apartments, and before the fire could be put out, 16 units were destroyed. More than 75 firefighters responded, and 1 was taken to the hospital with burns. Fortunately, all the residents got out.
Means people were knocking on doors for everybody to get out, and that's the last one. Everything just went up in flames.
As soon as I walked out, the whole patio was on fire, and I just seen the lady crying, and I told her what happened. She said it's on fire.
The management company says it's working to put residents up at its other properties.
A power outage at an East Houston oil refinery caused pressure to build up and triggered a burn-off that sent smoke and flames spewing into the sky. The scene looked ominous, even from a distance. But company officials say the burn-off proves their safety plan works.
Things did not go nearly as well at a refinery in Ponca City, Oklahoma. An explosion there injured 3 people, 1 critically. The refinery is one of 12 owned by Houston-based Conoco. The company says workers saw gasoline leaking before that explosion.
Homeowners who got whacked by Hurricane Claudette could get financial help from the federal government this week. FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, is expected to set up shop on the island as early as tomorrow. The hurricane destroyed 1 house and heavily damaged 140 others. Tonight, the Galveston City Council voted to extend the state of emergency for 1 more week. And this story is coming to you tonight through our partnership with the Galveston County Daily News. You'll find more in tomorrow's paper.
2 candidates in the Houston mayor's race have picked up some high-profile support. Orlando Sanchez has received the endorsement of Texas Governor Rick Perry, and one of his opponents, Sylvester Turner, now has the backing of the Harris County AFL-CIO. Both men have run for mayor before.
Another stretch of the Houston Hike and Bike Trail opened tonight. The new Northside Trail connects the University of Houston's downtown campus to Sesquicentennial Park. More than 200 miles of bike paths have been built in Houston, and more than 100 miles more are planned. Coming up on 11 News, Houston's Hispanic community gets national recognition.
Harry Potter didn't really live here with the Dursleys, but you could.
Few people would do what this woman did to pay off all her bills.
The president sends in the Marines when the U.S. Embassy in Liberia comes under fire.
And it's been another deadly day for Americans in Iraq.